Hello and welcome to the video, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to talk about one of the shows that I had watched growing up as a kid, and it had a major impact on me and my childhood growing up. So I wanted to talk about it, and the fact that since Disney is resurrecting some of their old shows like Spider-Man and X-Men 97 and some other shows, and they're making new shows. I just wanted to put this out there that maybe one day, I don't know, maybe they might end up thinking about resurrecting Spider-Man the Animated Series, which just happened to be one of the biggest impacting shows out there for Spider-Man. It's actually looked upon as one of the best, even though like a lot of people say that it was restricted a lot, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. No, they actually were not restricted a lot. They actually were capable of doing everything and anything a lot, and they actually pushed the envelope on some things actually, and they were not restricted or denied access to certain things like fighting or punching or guns. They actually had done a lot of those things anyway. But regardless, what kind of the impact, what kind of an impact did it have on me is, yeah, it taught me a little bit about right and wrong here and there, and the value of friendship and all that, and honesty, and being a good person, and doing what you can for the sake of goodness and all this other stuff. It had a major creative impact on me. It opened up my imagination to a lot more possibilities and a lot more fantasy. It was it was really fun, especially when you involve the action figures and you start talking about play and all that other stuff. That's when it actually it brought friendships closer because you played together. It was really a wholesome, nice, atmospheric thing. It was good. And the other factor is that the show itself was actually linked to other animated shows, Marvel animated shows, like Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, X-Men, Fantastic Four. These things were all linked together because you had cameos. I remember when Iron Man ended up having a cameo in Spider-Man, and I can also remember when the X-Men ended up having a cameo in Spider-Man. It was, and Daredevil too, which was crazy. Daredevil didn't even have a show, but I really enjoyed watching that, because later on I could watch Iron Man, I can watch the Hulk, I can watch X-Men, and they were all interlinked, and it was just like, oh my god, this is a universe, this is a whole entire thing, this is a world. And Marvel was doing that years and years, decades before the Marvel Cinematic Universe that you got today, which is crazy. And what really sucked is that Spider-Man had only one final season to cap off finding Mary Jane. The creator of the Spider-Man the Animated Series ended up even writing a script out showing that they had the intention of having Mary Jane Watson be found by Spider-Man Peter Parker with the aid of Madam Web. And the reason why this happened is the Green Goblin ended up having an interdimensional device created that would shoot open portals, and it ended up helping him with his sabotages and devious plots that he had with Spider-Man and his nemesis, Spider-Man, yeah. And anyway, Spider-Man ended up getting into a fight with Green Goblin. Green Goblin found out that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and what was it? He ended up kidnapping Mary Jane Watson, and as a homage, they ended up having a final duel on the Brooklyn Bridge, or I don't remember what bridge, but Spider-Man and the Green Goblin fought. In the comic books, Gwen Stacy falls off the bridge, Spider-Man shoots a web, and her neck snaps because of the instant yank. Now, in the animated series, Gwen Stacy was never around, except for when they had the interdimensional final showdowns and all that other stuff, but this is before that. Mary Jane Watson fell over, and the interdimensional device ended up falling down also, opened up a portal, she fell in, she was gone for 2 seasons, and right on the final season, when Peter Parker Spider-Man feels great about himself, and with the aid of Madam Web, they were going to go and find Mary Jane right after he ended up saying farewell to Stan the Man Lee in the animated finale. And I mean, it just was beautiful, and it sucks that we never got a final goodbye, a final finale. And I think if Disney would end up letting them do one final season more, because they're doing it for they're doing it for Marvel. Animated Studios is doing it with X-Men, and they've got other shows. An animated show would not cost that much to create, and I think that if they did that, it would be really nice for the fans. Most of the cast is still around also. The only 2 members that are not around is the voice of J. Jonah Jameson and Aunt May. And if X-Men 97 does perform well, Disney might revive Spider-Man the Animated Series, since Disney and Marvel are reviving old shows and also making new shows. I mean, like I said, it might happen. If the animated series hadn't done so well, then we might not have even gotten a Sam Raimi Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, the 3. I mean, if the popularity if the popularity of Spider-Man hadn't been so successful from the animated series, we might not have gotten that particular rendition with Sam Raimi, because those 3 movies are really, they took a lot of inspiration from the animated series. And it really shows. If you do your research, if you look into it, it really does show. But that's all that I got right now on my thoughts on that. And if you guys agree, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I got other things that I'm going to be talking about. This is just me thinking out loud. Y'all have a good one. Peace.